Like I was always an art student, and I never liked. So I enjoyed the lectures in the classroom, but maths was something which I enjoyed up till the 4th or 5th standard. The algebra, the geometry. Why? Because it was mark fetching. Later on, it so happened that maths took a side seat, a back seat. And I was more interested in literature, language, extracurricular activities, which only spoke about like communication fest. Lot of events, lot of activities, and I never liked physical training, PT classes. And whenever there were PT classes, I always had some excuses. Some excuses were I sprained my ankle. Some excuses were always there. The teachers were so strict that there were no teachers, they were sisters, mothers. They said, when she saw everybody with the PT, she said, "Why are you sitting alone here?" "I'm not feeling well." "All right." But then the excuses were on daily basis. Every Thursday I used to cook up something. And then I said, no, I've been advised by the doctor not to go into physical training. So that continued. Sports, running. But you'll be surprised, I got the second prize in the race. You know? What was the race? I never thought I'm going to get the prize, but since everybody, like how I said, everybody has to participate in Communication Fest. So everybody had to participate in a race, and I was one person. So there were 2 rows of lunch. St. Joseph Convent is a very big school with a very large campus, huge campus. So there were the whole class was divided into 2 rows. 1 row over here, and 1 row, say across the road, there was 2 rows. So what we had to do, and there were some chits like 1, 2, 3, 4, double chits, right? Double chits here from 1 to say 1 to 25, and 25, 26 to whatever. 2 chits. So what we had to do, run from our place, grab a chit, supposing 25. I had to find the next 25 from the next. The girls who were coming from that side, we had to match and run. Match, hold hands, and run to the winning post. I still remember that girl's name. Her name was a very funny kind of a girl. She was with very long hair and 2 braids, you know, 2 choti बांध के और ऐसे fold करके ऐसे black. So she looked so funny. ऐसे इतनी मोटी मोटी चोटियां उसकी ऐसे यहाँ से बांधती. My God, she's so funny. And यहाँ से इतनी मोटी मोटी चोटियां फोल्ड करके जब फोल्ड करने के बाद उसका यहाँ आता था. She was so busy doing that. I mean, come on, you always heard. I don't want to sit next to you because you're always doing this, and your choti, you know, it's hitting me. I'm getting disturbed. Like, why don't you mind your hair? Huh? Tie it at the back, right? उसको मुझे कभी पटती नहीं थी मुझे उससे because of a weird kind of a look. So I went, okay, 25. And who got the 25? That girl. And then suddenly I saw her pushing a few girls. किसी को ढकेल ढकाल करके वो रास्ता बनाई मेरी तरफ आई. I said, I was saying 20, I'm not allowed to speak, but then I was showing shit 25, anybody 25. So that was a bright idea. And somebody, oh yes, 25, yes. 2-3 लड़की को ढकेल करके नीचे गिरा पड़ा करके She came running to me and then she grabbed my hand like that. और हमको घसीट and बाप रे. In my childhood, I was a very, very delicate kind of a person. So दुबले पतले से बिल्कुल हम थे. And she grabbed my hand and again she pushed some few girls who fell down. और सब ढकेल ढकाल करके किसी को घसीटते वो second prize. Okay, how was that? Okay, what? I don't believe this. Then I turned around. They were still searching 23, 4, 5. And then the first already had gone there and we reached the second. So after the PT display was over, after this drill display, it was a drill display plus sports at St. Joseph's Convent High School. All the parents were also allowed. A lot of parents, all parents gathered. A huge crowd. So, and what was the prize? It was a pink colored water bottle. Pink colored water bottle. So I don't remember. I don't remember the year, but I think I was in standard 4 or something. Decades back. So when my father saw me with the prize, he said, "How come you got the prize?" Then Hindi में कहा रहे तो prize भी तुम ले ली. Okay, I see. That was the first and the last race that I entered. But then, yeah, I still remember that girl because of she was so aggressive. Kalavati naam tha. Naam बहुत funny था. Kalavati. सोचो. My name has always been so. आज भी popular है Sanjana. Young girls Sanjana हो रही हैं. I always सोचो कि my father named me Sanjana years, decades ago. So what's your name? Kalavati. Oh my God. So European sisters थी वहाँ पे. There were no Indian teachers. No, I told you I studied in a school where I studied up till the 8th standard and only 7th standard. 7A I passed and then we went to America. So the Indian teachers तो थे ही नहीं. एक Indian teacher थी, वो भी South Indian थी for Hindi. And there was one Sanskrit teacher for Sanskrit. Kashmiri teacher for Sanskrit. Otherwise, all the teachers were either European or German. They never spoke Hindi. So that is why we had to pay fine for speaking Hindi. Anyways, so her name was Kalavati. अभी ना बोल रहे Kalavati. But that time हम लोग उसको क्या बोलते थे? No, वो सब तो बोलना ही नहीं है. तो sisters बोलती थी Kalavati. So I said, okay, Kalavati. हम लोग भी वही बोलते थे Kalavati. Okay. And Kalavati and Sanjana Sinha was second prize. So I called myself Sanjana nahi, Sanjana. पापा को चिढ़ाते थे संजाना सिन्हा कभी हाँ तो मैं what's her name Sanjana Sinha. So when I was in standard 7 there was a girl Beena Singh नाम की एक लड़की थी. वो बोली कि तुम अपना नाम बिगाड़ क्यों देती हो? मैडम संजना है ना जी. तो हम के हाँ एकदम better लग रहा है. Why calling myself Sanjana? Because the teachers used to call me like that. The nuns. So instead of Sanjin, उस समय से my name changed from Sanjana Sinha to Sanjana. Otherwise, my father always teased me. Where is Sanjana Sinha? Come here. So I had some friends who were very good. I did not have many friends, but I had some friends, and these friends always thronged around, and we enjoyed life. Like there was one movie, Love in Tokyo. Yes. उस वक्त we were in standard 6 or something. We were really mad about, the standard 6 means you are entering the teenage group. So we were all, there was a girl named Shimali. Shimali was my friend and she became a judge and she died last year. She was with us and we used to speak completely in English. And she had seen Love in Tokyo from in a summer vacation. And then when she came back, we all talked about, so what was the movie like? And she was, she said, no, you would not like looking at Asha Parekh because most of the time she was just like Sardarji. I wouldn't be seeing the movie, but yeah, the songs were really good. So हम लोग class में भी different time का 1 hour का time we used to spend time talking about films. And that is how we grew up in a complete English setup. So this was the upbringing, and friends were there, like very good friends. And discipline was number one. You cannot think anything against discipline. That is why the culture is still there. When I see something unethical happening, we stand up. Like I did not know that he had Mega Ma'am had taken his I-card. But then how dare? Once if your I-card has been taken, you are not allowed to even enter the campus. You need to call your parents. Then the person who has taken your I-card will talk to the person, and then will have to apologize in front of your parents, and then your parents will be informed of the behavior of your child in the class. Right? देखो CIMAGE बहुत transparent है, it is very clear. Clarity is there. Class में क्या हो रहा है? YouTube live पे सब कुछ है. अभी भी I'm on YouTube live. I'm talking to you. The message should go out. Yes, this is CIMAGE. You cannot have your way. यहाँ पर बस एक agenda होता है. There's just one agenda, and that agenda has to be followed. You cannot make your own agenda. Right? So thinking about the past, talking about the past, things should flash back. See how things came back to me when I start thinking about the past. Maybe Thana, have you ever awarded? Were you ever awarded? So such incidents, you will have to speak like me how I spoke. Right.
Last question.
The next question.
Next question was
like I was saying, my favorite subjects. My favorite subject, I never, let us talk about my not so favorite subjects like geography. Why I did not like, that was the reason why I did not like geography, because geography was immediately after lunch break. 1 hour ka lunch break, we used to really freak out, we used to enjoy, we used to gossip, we used to sing songs. देखते थे कि मदर आ रही तो we start talking loudly in English, and she just passed by. Different time में भी monitoring होता रहता है, whether we are speaking in Hindi or English. तब क्या हो mother approaching, there was a code. Mother approaching. M-A, okay. M-A-L, M-A-R के mark. तो बोलते अच्छा तो Scrabble खेल रहा है लोग, but the code was something else. She used to watch us. And 1 hour of different break के बाद geography कौन पढ़ता है? Geography पढ़ना, that made the subject so boring really. And the next was Sanskrit class, another boring class. So tiffin के पहले वाले classes बहुत interesting हुआ करते. Tiffin के बाद वाले या तो it's needlework time, चलो या needlework करना है. Knitting class, चलो knitting करना. So that was one school which they gave everything. Singing period है, चलो that I enjoyed. There were galleries, like a stadium, huge hall. Galleries, 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. सबसे पहले हम लोग क्या करते थे? Make a line, singing classroom, singing room. We used to go, passing 2, 3 corridors, long corridors, going to the singing hall, and the first one to climb up in the last row. And there was always chorus singing. मतलब कभी German song सिखा रही है, कभी English song सिखा रही है, कभी कुछ कर रही है. She used to play the piano and sing also. Chorus में हम लोग गाते थे कहाँ? We used to just slip. एक बार इशारा करने के लिए all keep quiet, only the top row. And we were so busy talking that we did not get the message. Suddenly the singing room is quiet. So देखते थे कि हम बदमाशी ज्यादा करते थे हम लोग. With me around, the group had to go into a punishment. So these were some bittersweet memories. Singing classes I enjoyed. English classes were always fun. But come to think of it, all the subjects were like, it was a pressure building. Later on, I developed a liking for writing, creative writing, and literature has always been my favorite. And since I also teach literature, right from the very beginning, right from standard 3, 4, literature was inside me. I used to see the teachers teaching English, how they taught. It was a complete picture in front of you. They used to tell us stories with their voice modulation. Voice modulation is the rising and the falling of the voice. And when they spoke, the expressions were always there on the face. So complete, they used to elaborate. They were the teachers were really so good. So it all comes, when you want to become a teacher, those things come back to me. So you project yourself. Whatever you have learned from your school, from your teachers, you will project in your classroom. So math I did not like much. Geography I did not quite like. But then history I enjoyed. Why I enjoyed? Because I had nothing to do. The teachers were reading out some stories. Okay, so this happened and that happened. And I started enjoying history. So back to you. What were your favorite subjects and why? The way when I start speaking English, it's not that I intentionally speak English. ऐसी बात नहीं है. It just happens to come out. How many of you understand what I'm saying? Raise your hands, please. कितने लोगों को 100% समझ में आ रहा है? अब हाथ रहे, कितने लोगों को नहीं समझ में आ रहा है? हाँ, खड़े हो जाइए. क्या मैंने जो इतना प्रेजेंटेशन दिया उसमें आपको क्या समझ में नहीं आया? आप बताइए. ये सब्जेक्ट आप खड़े हो जाइए ना पहले. नहीं आप ये जो लड़का. हाँ,
अभी आप बोले कि व्हाट्स योर फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट, तो सब्जेक्ट में आप पूरा तरह डिस्कस नहीं, तो ओनली फेवरेट सब्जेक्ट कोई बता रहा है, सब सब्जेक्ट पर पूरा डिटेल में बता कि जैसे ज्योग्राफी है.
मैंने क्या ये मॉड्यूल का नाम है टॉक टाइम. आपको छूट मिल जाती है कि आपको जितना बोलना है बोलिए, तभी तो स्पोकन आपकी अच्छी होगी. जब तक ये कहानियां नहीं बोलना शुरू करेंगे तो स्पोकन कहाँ से सीखेंगे? आप बोल जाइए जितने सब्जेक्ट्स हैं. आई टॉक्ड अबाउट ज्योग्राफी, I talked about music classes, I talked about PT classes, then finally I talked to you about literature, जो कि हमको क्यों अच्छा लगता था, because teachers को पढ़ाने का तरीका इतना अच्छा था कि story is always interested me. ये तो समझ में आ गया था ना? हाँ, आपको क्या समझ में नहीं आया?
एक्चुअली मैम आपके लैंग्वेज को हम कवर नहीं कर पाते, मतलब थोड़ा थोड़ा करते हैं. आप बोलती हो थोड़ा लगता है.
I mean
तो मेरा मतलब आपके लैंग्वेज को हम कवर नहीं कर पा रहे.
लैंग्वेज को कवर नहीं कर पा रहे हो, या मेरा एक्सेंट को कवर नहीं कर पा रहे हो?
यस मैम, टोन को.
एक मिनट. Somebody please put the challenge. तो हम जिस तरह से बात करते हैं ना बेटा, तो पटना के बाहर से वैसे ही बात करते हैं. पटना के मतलब कि इंटरव्यू में देने जाओगे, बिहार के बाहर जाओगे, तो the way I'm speaking, this is the style which everybody is speaking. All your celebrities, all your actors, all your cricketers, they are speaking the way I'm speaking.
धीरे-धीरे कवर हो रहा है, धीरे-धीरे कवर हो रहा है. एक्चुअली मेरा आज 10 क्लास होगा समथिंग, तो पहले तो कुछ भी नहीं आ रहा था समझ में, लेकिन अब थोड़ा थोड़ा आ रहा है.
देखो, मैं तो इंग्लिश में भी बोलती हूँ, हिंदी में भी बोलती हूँ. हिंदी इंग्लिश मिला के बोलते हैं. और ऐसे भी टीचर्स को ये पता है कि लोग डिफरेंट बैकग्राउंड से हैं. कुछ लोग सीबीएसई के लोग जान रहे हैं, कुछ लोग इंग्लिश के माहौल में रहे हुए हैं, बहुत लोग आईसीएसई बोर्ड के भी बच्चे हैं, जो कम्प्लीटली सेंट कैरेंस के हैं बच्चे, ऐसे जो कि कंप्लीटली उनको एक लड़की तो साउथ इंडियन की थी, बोली मैम हमको हिंदी समझ में नहीं आता, मैम आई कैन नॉट अंडरस्टैंड हिंदी, सो कैन यू प्लीज स्पीक इंग्लिश। अब वहां मुझे बहुत दिक्कत हो गई थी। अभी जो बीबीएम थर्ड ईयर है ना, वहाँ एक लड़की थी रति, तो शी कुड नॉट अंडरस्टैंड, मुझे बहुत फिर मुश्किल हो गई। शी कुड नॉट अंडरस्टैंड हिंदी, द रेस्ट कुड नॉट अंडरस्टैंड इंग्लिश, व्हाट एम आई टू डू। And she said, I asked her, don't you understand a little bit of Hindi? No. So there are students like that. अभी भी है, अभी बहुत लोग सेंट कैरेंस के हैं, बहुत लोग डॉन बॉस्को से आए हुए हैं, ऐसे भी लोग हैं। नॉटर डेम की एक लड़की है, वो लोग हिंदी, वो लोग को प्रॉब्लम क्या है, वो तो दे आर कंप्लीटली कंफर्टेबल। आपकी क्लास में भी हैं जो पीपल आर कंफर्टेबल इन इंग्लिश, आप लोग जो प्रेजेंटेशन देते हैं तो पता चलता है। हाँ, तो अगर कुछ भी समझ में नहीं आ रही, इफ यू नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड एनीथिंग, फिर भी कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, ग्रेजुअली यू विल अंडरस्टैंड। एंड लुक, आई नेवर यूज बिग वर्ड्स और हाई फ्लोन वर्ड्स कहते हैं उसको, डिफिकल्ट वर्ड्स। जो डिफिकल्ट वर्ड होता है टॉक टाइम में ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन कर देते हैं हम, लाइक आई गेट अप इन द वी आवर्स एंड ऑल दैट। तो ये मेरा ये टोन तुमको कैच करना है, ठीक है। वॉइस एंड एक्सेंट ट्रेनिंग जो होती है ब्रिज क्लास में जो हम लोग करते हैं, तो इसी मॉड्यूल को चला रहे हैं, और मतलब इसी मॉड्यूल को से स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं टॉक टाइम। ये ब्रिज क्लास से शुरू हो जाना चाहिए था आप लोग का भी, बट देन आई एम स्टार्टिंग।
मौका नहीं मिला मैम हम लोग का, जनवरी में एडमिशन हुआ है,
अभी मिल रहा है ना?
थोड़ा अभी मैम है,
अभी आपकी क्लास में मैं हूँ ना। अभी मुझे पूछा गया था कि मैम आपका एड ऑन कितना चलेगा, कभी चलेगा। एड ऑन हटा दीजिएगा तो यू विल मिस आउट दैट एसेंस ऑफ बीबीएम फर्स्ट ईयर। मैंने कहा भी था कि आई वुड लाइक टू टेक अप बीबीएम फर्स्ट ईयर फॉर कम्युनिकेशन फेस्ट, लेकिन शायद कोई और टेकअप कर रही है, सोनी मैम टेकअप कर रही है आप लोगों का, बट स्टिल हम आपकी क्लास में 3 दिन तो आएंगे ही, बट डोंट वरी, सोनी मैम इज टेकिंग अप। कल बोली है क्या? ओके, देन आई एम कंफर्मिंग, कोई भी मेंटर आपका रहेगा, आई एम ऑलवेज देयर इन योर क्लास। मैं तो 3 दिन आ ही रही हूँ आपके साथ, so I'll be taking your class to the next level, चाहे कोई भी mentor हो, but you have my support 100%, and I have to give support to each class that I am mentoring. और आपका परफॉर्मेंस इतना अच्छा हुआ है एक्सप्रेशन में, इसके बेसिस नहीं भी अच्छा होता तो ऐसे भी हम टेकअप करते हैं। और एनीवेज एक्सप्रेशन में गिने चुने बच्चों को लिया गया था, ठीक है। बैठ जाइए, खड़े हैं। So only a few students were taken in expressions. Why? Because the class was new, so you were not so confident. But in Communication Fest, everybody has to participate. It is a complete training program. And there are more than 24, 25 events. So when I come to your class, everybody has to participate.
Is it starting?
No, first the inauguration will be done. It will be inaugurated by Director Sir. Formally announcement, formal announcement will be done, and then we'll start practicing. So it will be 1 week of practicing. Then there will be a scheduled timetable, and according to as per the timetable, we'll start the event. The first will be the written part, which is story writing and essay writing. How many of you would like to do? How many of you think that they are good story writers and they can get the prize? तुम तो हर चीज में हो ही, मुझे बताइए। Essay writing, story writing, vocabulary quiz, ये सब written में आता है। Then there are individual events like read to lead, jam, thematic appreciation. इसमें एक पिक्चर दिखाया जाएगा, उस पिक्चर को कैप्शन करके आपको you will have to speak about the picture in 2 minutes. Then there is live commentary. It means some visuals will be shown and the audio will be turned off. You will have to speak whatever is happening. That is live commentary. Then there is a listen to speak. You will listen to some audio visuals and then you will tell the audience what have you understood. How many of you are for singing?
कौन सा लैंग्वेज है? एक सेकंड, अरे यार सब इंग्लिश आता है बस।
पूछने दो उसको। इसको इंग्लिश में पूछो तो हमसे तुम कौन सा लैंग्वेज में?
लैंग्वेज है क्या?
तो आप कोशिश करो इंग्लिश में बोलने की। The language will be.
language.
In which language do we have to sing? English.
English language.
Do we have to? It will be in English. Now, जो prepare आपको खुद से करना होगा और हमको सुनाना होगा वो आपका है Parliament, Youth Parliament debate. How many of you are for debate? Vinita Shrivastava क्यों हाथ नीचे की हुई?
She want to sing.
मानवी तो है हम जान ही रहे हैं।
क्या भी है?
And where is that boy?
Sachin.
सचिन कहाँ है? बाप रे उसके बारे में he has got a huge fan following. BBA के third sem जो पता प्रकाश है. He is the CR of BBA third sem. Ma'am, he spoke really well. उसको जरूर रखिएगा डिबेट में हम क्या हो तो नहीं रहे. उसके फैंस ब्रिज क्लास के भी बच्चे हैं. I don't know. बहुत फैंस हो गए उसके.
उस दिन बहुत अच्छा
चलिए
लगा,
मैं
बहुत
आप रहते तो किसको देते प्राइज? हम चुप रहो. तो हमने तुम रहते तो किसको देते? वो भैया जो चश्मा पहने हुए थे बहुत अच्छा बोले. उधर फील कर लगा कि एकदम दिल में उतर रहा उनकी बात. ये बात उन तक पहुंचा दीजिएगा. यू गॉट अ ह्यूज फैन फॉलोइंग. तो यही होता है ना स्टोरी टेलिंग. ऐसा नहीं कि तुमने अच्छा नहीं बोला तो बोला कहीं कहीं कुछ किसी का क्लिक कर जाता है. जैसे मैंने माही जो उसको फर्स्ट प्राइज मिला उसी क्लास में दो बच्चे और हैं अनीशा जायसवाल और प्रदीप प्रकाश. दोनों की कंटेंट उससे ज्यादा अच्छी थी. कंटेंट वाइज बोथ ऑफ देम वर बेटर. क्या क्लिक कर गया माही का? कनेक्ट. शी कनेक्टेड विद द ऑडियंस. बॉडी लैंग्वेज, फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन, स्माइल सब मायने रखता है. सचिन को क्या हो गया? उसका थोड़ा ज्यादा हो गया. सर ने कहा इसको तो गिटार वाला के साथ करना चाहिए. कभी बहुत ऊंचा जा रहा है उसकी वॉइस, कभी बहुत नीचे चला जा रहा है.
सबको मैं वही अच्छा लगा.
सबको दोस्त को प्राइज नहीं मिला बट पीपल के साथ, वो ऑडियंस के साथ, पब्लिक के साथ वॉइस कनेक्ट एंड वो स्किल होना ग्रेट टैलेंट है. somebody who can portray what he is talking about, right? Anyways, so अच्छा गुड वर्क स्प्रेड्स लाइक फ्रेग्रेंस. तुम ये कभी मत सोचना कि मुझे नहीं मिला प्राइज, मुझे कंसोलेशन भी नहीं मिला, डिमोटेड हो गए, डिमोटिवेटेड हो गए, ग्रुप से निकल गए. ये सब नहीं करना चाहिए. तुम इतना तो सोचो कि इतने लोगों में पूरे सिमेज में आप फर्स्ट 27 स्टूडेंट्स में आए थे जो वहां बैठ के और जो वहां आपने प्रेजेंट किया. पूरे सिमेज के में 25 स्टूडेंट्स में आप इंक्लूडेड हो गए. that in itself is an achievement. जबकि मेरे I had 44 students who were equally well. कुछ मार्क्स के लिए कम थे. आप जब बोलते थे ना कम मार्क्स हम देते रहते. 6.1, 6.2 पॉइंट से अब क्या हुआ? अब देखिए हमको कहा गया मैम सेलेक्ट द फर्स्ट 25 फ्रॉम द टॉप। और उसमें बहुत अच्छा हो गया तुम लोग उसके अंदर यू वर विद इन दैट फ्रेम एंड देयर वर लॉट ऑफ पीपल वर नॉट इन। Anyways, never think about the rewards. क्या फायदा, रिवॉर्ड तो मिल गया लेकिन पीपल असर नहीं छोड़ पाए किसी पे, है? आपको रिवॉर्ड नहीं मिला फिर भी